Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're so glad to have you with us. Of course, I'm looking in that confidence monitor at the back of the room to see if we're actually live. They tell me we are. We're live, aren't we?
Yes.
You're live?
We're live.
Yeah. So welcome. We're so excited to introduce my dear friend and songbird, Marcy Baruch. Woo! Awesome.
Good morning, everybody. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
Marcy Baruch. Welcome. Come on in, everybody, and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and light for all. Let's stand up. I am a light.
I am the light.
I am a light.
I am the light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I am a light.
I am the light.
I am a light.
I am the light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is a place.
This is the place.
This is a time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see
Sing
the
with
joy.
me. I see the joy.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is a place.
This is the place.
This is a time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
I'm living love every day.
I'm living love every day. Here we
I'm
go.
In this world,
in this world.
I am a light.
I am the light.
I am a light.
I am the light.
In this world,
In this world.
in this world,
In this world.
this is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine, yeah.
Let it shine.
Oh, let it shine.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine. Ow! You guys sound great.
Yes.
We are the light of the world. We are the hope for mankind. We are the makers of peace, the ones we've been waiting for. We are the healers of hearts. We are the bearers of truth. We are the blessed believers, the leaders, the light of the world. Let's lift our voices together. We are the light of the world. We're the hope. We are the hope for mankind. We're the makers. We are the makers of peace, the ones we've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. We are the healers of hearts. We are the bearers of truth. We are the blessed believers, the leaders again. We are the blessed believers, the leaders. One more time. We are the blessed believers, the leaders, the light of the world. Of the world. Thank you so much. And go ahead and have a seat. We're going to prepare our minds and hearts for prayer and meditation. So we just invite you to slow your breathing down. Feel your feet connecting with the floor. Turn inward with us. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more. There
there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is. Go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is. Go inside to find my God.
So I invite you into a time of prayer with me. This is the 64th day of a season for nonviolence. Actually ends tomorrow. And today the word is celebration. Celebration. Celebrate what you want to see more of, says Tom Peters. And the affirmation is, today I celebrate all the moments we choose to be compassionate, kind, tolerant, generous. I celebrate that together we are creating a global consciousness of peace and nonviolence. So let's just take that in for a moment. Allow yourself to take a deep breath as we celebrate life, as we celebrate an awareness of spirit being right here in our midst, within us, all around us, everywhere present. Go inside to find your God, your source, life that is longing to express as us and through us in bigger, fuller, freer, more joyful ways. So, sweet Spirit, we are grateful for as long as we can stay open to that awareness, awake to that awareness. As long as we can stay in a state of celebration that we are alive, that life is here in this present moment. We celebrate. And as we celebrate, we don't discount any hardship, any challenges that are going on in the world or maybe going on in our own lives. We allow ourselves to grieve when it's time to grieve and be sad when it's time to be sad, knowing that it's part of our wholeness, part of our humanness. And so we hold everyone affected by the war in Ukraine in our hearts, in our prayers. The Ukrainian people who have fled their country, the Ukrainian people who have stayed in Ukraine, the Russian people that are experiencing the effects of the war as well, and all those that have opened their hearts and homes to those that have been displaced. We hold in our hearts and in our prayers anyone that's been affected by COVID, anyone that's been affected by the fires in Boulder County, the new shooting that was this morning in Sacramento. It's many events going on around our world that can bring us to a place of sadness and grief. And yet, Spirit, we know that in this too, with a broader perspective, the mystery of life still unfolds. And so we hold it all with tenderness, with gentleness, with hope, and with love. We hold all those on our prayer list and every prayer request in our prayer box with that same tenderness, that same sense of love and peace. Now, I want to invite you into a time of meditation with me, a time where we align ourselves with that God, Spirit, life within us, align with it. At the end of our time in the stillness, our music team will gently lead us out. And for now, let's rest together in the stillness.
Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is. Go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God. This inner space has the power to set me free. It's the cavern of creation and the truth of you and me. This inner space, an eternity of time. It's the moment of the holy now, and the allness that is mine. This inner space contains all that I need. From deep within the invisible flows the living air I breathe. This inner space is flowing in my bones. It stirs my heart, it stirs my mind, and every prayer I've ever known. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace. This inner space is the ocean of your soul, and when you feel most broken, the truth is you are whole. This inner space connects us one to all, and though it will never push you, it will break down every wall, every wall. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace, for this inner space invites us to renew. In all my endless choosing, I become the chosen to this inner space. It never knows the past. In a quiet place you can hear it, and it might just make you laugh. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace. Ooh. Of this inner space.
Marcy Baruch, everyone. Woo. Dan Steelman on bass, Larry Thompson on drums.
Wow, thank you, Marcy, Janice, Dan, Larry. Thank you guys for being here. We could feel love's presence in the room with that song. Let's all just take a breath. Seriously, that was so beautiful. Just feel touched. This week, my husband Kevin is out of town. He's in Michigan visiting his mom. Hi, Kevin and Judy. They're supposed to be watching. I hope they're watching. And was that when the cat's away, the mouse will play? But I haven't played all that much. But I have been watching Bridgerton season 2 this week, which something Kevin would not watch. Sorry, Kevin. I know you would not want to watch that, but I've just had fun with it. And the story is just the story, but the fabrics and the clothes. And there's one character, there's actually 2 characters in this season 2 that I just totally fell in love with. And one is Eloise. If you've been watching, she wants to do her own thing. She does not want to follow culture. She does not want to do what society is telling her she has to do in marrying and being a wife. She wants to go to university. She wants to study. She wants to have deep discussions. And I just love that she's such an independent soul, because it wasn't accepted in the Regency time in the early 1800s in England in the elite upper class. And the other one is Edwina, who's a new character this season, who tells her sister towards the end, you gotta find your own path. You have to find your own meaning, what's important to you, and live that, not for anyone else, but for yourself. And I love that message, because that's what we're talking about today, is finding meaning in your life. We're working with Brene Brown's book, The Gifts of Imperfection, and this is week 9 of a 10-week series. It feels like it's never going to end, but we're almost done with it. But this guidepost is about cultivating meaningful work. Now, she says work, and there's a number of people who are retired here in the community, probably at home as well, watching. And it doesn't necessarily mean work that you do to get a paycheck. I love in Prosperity Plus how it says creative expression. What you do in the world. What is your purpose? What are you doing with your time? How do you spend your time? What's your passion? What's your vision for yourself? And so it's really important for us to figure that out, to find that passion, that meaning in our lives. Because otherwise, what are we doing here? If not for some meaning. And we get to decide what that meaning is. Brene Brown says this on page 112, we all have gifts and talents. When we cultivate those gifts and share them with the world, we create a sense of meaning and purpose in our lives. We all have gifts and talents. They're all different. Each of us has our own unique sets of gifts and talents. And when we use those in service, that's when we have meaning. That's when we create meaning for ourselves. And that's that spirit in us, that divine nature longing to come forth as us, through us. We need to uncover what makes you come alive. That's where the meaning is. That's where the purpose is. That's where the calling is, when we uncover that. I read somewhere this week that there are 3 kinds of people in the world. Those who watch things happen, those who make things happen, and those who say, what just happened? I thought that was so cute. But it's got a point. Like, don't be a spectator in your own life. Participate with your life. Engage with your life. We are all called to do that, no matter what it is. And don't let anyone tell you what it should be. What that meaning is for you, what that calling is for you. It can be something simple, it can be something big. It doesn't really matter. It's just that it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel happy to get out of bed in the morning. To find our own meaning, find our own path, just like Edwina told her sister, just like Eloise is trying to do. She's not done yet. So in the book, in Brene Brown's book, she talks about reading The Alchemist every year. Anybody read The Alchemist? It's been around a long time. It's a great book. I never had read it until this week, and I read it all in one day because I just couldn't put it down. It was so good. But Brene Brown talks about how The Alchemist is a great combination, how it shows how we connect, how it's connected our gifts and our spirituality and our work, and how they're all connected together. And how we all are looking for that, as the author says, that personal legend, that calling, that purpose. And we follow the life of young Santiago, who has this dream, this recurring dream, that he needs to find his treasure at the pyramids of Egypt. An alchemist, of course, is somebody who takes something ordinary and makes it extraordinary. And so there's an alchemist in each one of us, that we take our basic elements and make an extraordinary life out of it. That we all have that capability within us. We have to spend time with ourselves to know what that is. But it's all there. It's there in each one of us. An alchemist traditionally would be someone who took lead and turned it into gold. So you want to take some basic element and turn it into something bright, something shiny, something brilliant, which each of us are in our own way. I have a video clip of the author, Paulo Coelho. I don't know if I'm saying his name exactly right, but he's talking with Oprah a little bit about his book here.
Do you believe every person has a personal legend?
I'm 100% convinced, which is totally different that I believe that every person is going to fulfill his or her personal legend.
Okay, I would agree. Every person has a personal legend. First of all, what is a personal legend? The book follows the shepherd boy Santiago. He experiences this recurring dream and then starts on a journey to realize his personal legend. What is the personal legend?
It is the reason that you are here. It is simple as this, you know. Mm-hmm. You are here to honor something called the miracle of life. You can be here to fulfill your hours and days with something that it is meaningless.
Yeah.
But you know that you have a reason to be here. It is the only thing that gives you enthusiasm.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know when you are betraying your personal legend, when you are doing something without enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And worse, you know that you have this good excuse. I'm not ready, which is just an excuse. No, people say, no, I'm not ready. I have to wait for the right moment. You know, now I have to feed my family. Come on, your family wants to see you happy.
Yes.
Your daughter, your husband, your wife, they don't want to see you there sitting in a work that you hate.
Right.
Even if it gives you tons of money.
Okay, so you've just given a really key clue to how to know you're pursuing your personal legend. It is that which in life gives you enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call it personal legend. I call it your personal calling. Everybody has a reason why you're here. You're called here. And you know if you're on the path to it, whether you're enthusiastic about what you're doing or not.
100%.
That's how you know.
100% right.
Okay. And we all have one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We all have one. We all have a purpose. We all have a personal legend. I love how he says, we're here to honor the miracle of life. And how do we honor that miracle if not by living what we're called to do, being who we're called to be? That's honoring that miracle of life. It doesn't have to be some big thing. It can be, Brene Brown talks about in this chapter how many people think it has to be the work that they're doing in the world, the work that pays the bills. And it doesn't. It can be / I'm a this / this / this. She says, I'm a researcher / writer / speaker. Use slashes. You don't have to get your purpose out of everything that you do, but find it in one thing that you do, one thing that you are. And then I love how the author says, I'm not ready. How many people will not live their calling because they say, I'm not ready? It's really just fear. It's an excuse. I'm not ready. It's self-doubt. Brene talks about in this chapter how we have to let go of self-doubt. Challenging thing to do. We all have some self-doubt from time to time. And she says this, self-doubt undermines the process of finding our gifts and sharing them with the world. The gremlins get lots of mileage out of supposed to. The battle cry of fitting in, perfectionism, people-pleasing, and proving ourselves. Anyone relate to that? Perfectionism, supposed to, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be that. Who says? Who says you're supposed to? So we can be curious. We can say, who says that? Who says I'm supposed to do anything? Why? We often ask the question, why? Well, why this and why not that? When we're comparing. We have doubts when we compare ourselves to others. We need to own it. We need to claim it. Claim our gifts. Own our doubts. Allow ourselves to feel them. Don't try to push them away, but acknowledge them. And then claim our gifts. Claim them. Brene talks about how she often meets people when she's out in speaking engagements, and she was excited to meet this woman who was an accountant / jeweler. And Brene was wearing the earrings that this jeweler had made. She had bought them online, so she was excited to meet the woman. And she said, oh, I'm so excited to meet the jeweler that made my earrings. She goes, I'm not a jeweler. Brene's like, I have some earrings here that you made. Why wouldn't you call yourself a jeweler? And she said, well, I don't make any money at that. I just kind of dabble in it. But I love it. That's her calling. It's her calling. Doing something you love. We talk about this in Prosperity Plus a lot. What would you love? Not what should you do, what can you do, what might you do, but what would you love? To follow that. Because that's where spirit is. That's what life is longing for you to do. What you would love, that longing inside you. Life calling you to that. Uncover what makes you come alive. Uncover it. You don't have to discover it. It's already in you. Just uncover it. All that self-doubt that is in the way, all that fear, all that I'm not ready stuff that's in the way of it, uncover that. Get rid of that stuff. Love it anyway. Love your self-doubt. Love it. It's serving some purpose. But don't let it stop you from being who you came here to be, of having some meaningful purpose. And we get to decide what meaning is. Don't let anyone else sabotage your dream. We do this. I did this with my son when he was young, and we do it unconsciously. My son, for years, said he wanted to be a video game maker. He loved video games, and I'm like, Okay, you need to get a real job. You need to think about a real job, a real career. This was when he was in school, in high school. And so he went to college and got a degree in genetics. I'm like, but that wasn't his calling. It wasn't his thing. And a few years later, he moved here in 2017 and went to a coding boot camp. And now codes for a company that makes apps. So not video gaming, but it's close, it's getting there. That's his dream, that's his job, that was his purpose. We do that to others, and we do it to ourselves too. When I was young in my life, I played the clarinet, and I was pretty good, and I wanted to get into music. That was my thing. My clarinet was my life. And my parents said, but you don't make any money at it. So I discovered accounting when I was in high school in junior achievement and decided, well, I guess this is great for a shy, introverted girl to just sit in a room and crunch numbers. So I went to school and got an accounting degree. I worked in that field for a while, and that didn't feed my soul. It didn't feed me. But I loved the business world, and so I decided, well, I get an MBA, and then I can do more with that. So I got an MBA. Still didn't feed me. It didn't feed my soul. So I had to find those slashes in my life. So I was an accountant, MBA / volunteer in the church and volunteer in my kids' school and / homemaker / mother / wife / daughter / all the slashes. Until Prosperity Plus, plug for Prosperity Plus, we're almost done with the series, we got one more week. But that's when I realized I was called to this kind of work. Now I'm blessed to be doing a job that not only gives me a paycheck, but also feeds my soul. And hopefully helps some of you. Hopefully. I'm a number 2 on the Enneagram, a lot of 2 in me, and the helper. I want to help. But uncover for yourself what makes you feel alive. Whatever it is. Doesn't mean you won't have to work through some self-doubt, but let it be an obstacle, not a barrier. We so often come up against things that say, oh, that means I'm not supposed to go there. Who says? If it's a longing in you, if it's a calling in you, if it's something you would love, even if you're afraid, do it afraid anyway. Spirit coming through you. It takes some time you got to spend some time with it sometimes. We get so distracted in life. Yesterday was the first day of Ramadan for the Muslim people. And if you don't know, Ramadan is a month-long fast where they fast between sunrise and sunset. And it's the time where they say Allah came to, gave the Quran to Muhammad, where Allah, Spirit, God, was speaking to him. And so during this time, the Muslims will fast during the day so that they concentrate on other things, concentrate on their connection to Allah, to Spirit, to Source, to find out who they are, to spend more time working on what gives them meaning, what gives them life, what makes them feel alive. We get so distracted. I realized when I was reading that yesterday that how much of my time, of my thoughts during the day are spent thinking about food. what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat it, how many calories it has, planning out my food, who I'm going to eat with, where I'm going to go. Whoa. I love to eat, but come on. If I didn't spend all that time thinking about food, how much more time I would have during the day? And this Ramadan gives them an opportunity to do that, to focus on something else. And it's not a hardship. We often think, oh my God, how do they do that? They say it's not a hardship, it's a blessing. It's a sacred time for them. They're removing distractions so that they can see what's important. And those distractions are like how the lotus flower, so beautiful. It comes up through the muck and the mud, and then it blooms in all its glory. We need to come up through the muck and the mud sometimes so that we can bloom in all our glory. Allow it. Do you know what makes you feel alive? Are you willing to look for that? To discern that for yourself? No matter your age, no matter what you've been through, no matter what circumstances you've faced in your life, you still have life in you. You still have meaning. You still have purpose. You are important. You matter. You matter. So uncover what makes you feel alive. I want to leave you with a quote that Brene Brown has in this chapter. She's quoting Howard Thurman. She says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." So come alive. Namaste. Peace be with you.
I could just listen to you all day.
We feel the same.
Yeah, thank you for naming that. The self-doubt, I resonated with that. And my commitment, and I just wonder if each of us could, inside ourselves, just name whatever that self-doubt might be. And also just say, my life is here for God. God will not quit till God is all in all. And in service to that, may we feel and breathe and move forward in a courage that is beyond.
My wings were heavy, I could not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God was there, I could not see it, so the voice of salvation came shining through you, and you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind, We said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through. When my heart was troubled, I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me. All the time I'm singing. All the time I'm singing. Oh, God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right here. We just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you. And just sing, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Stand and sing with us. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be in my life. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Here we go. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all.
Feel this with me.
There is. God is all there will ever be.
Marcy Baruch, everyone.
I have to just say thank you to Ricky Byers for that song. Thank you to Ricky Byers. Thank you, Janice.
I feel like we all just need a moment after that powerful, powerful song. Thank you so much. So this is the time in our service when we gladly receive your love offerings. And if you can see the screen, there are a number of ways that you can contribute here. And one of the phrases from this song that really caught my attention was that the compassion shining through each of us. And these contributions help us all to do that and to support each other in doing that. So thank you so much. And we have an offertory blessing that we say each week. And I invite you to join in saying that, please. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And for those of you who are in the sanctuary, the ushers are giving you an opportunity now. And while they do that, I'd like to just bring you up to date on a few things for our community news. We have Easter tulips again. The way that this works is that you order them and pay the $13. You can dedicate that to someone if you like. And then they grace this platform for our Easter service. And then at the end of the service, you choose one to take home, or 2 or 3 or 4, if that's what you've purchased. And you can find information about this in the digital bulletin. The art show is coming up at Columbine, and Lisa Tusignan is in charge of this. She is having a meeting on April 10th for anyone who's interested in being a contributing artist. So please look for information about that. You can always ask me at the end of the service. I'll be out in the lobby if you need any details for any of these things. On Holy Thursday, which is April 14th, we will have a special service here at 7 in the evening. And it is the one time during the year that we do communion. So we invite you to join us for that service here. Then our Easter service. Easter Sunday will be a busy day here. We will start with the service at 10. And you see the tulips again. And then right after that, there's an Easter egg hunt for the children. And experience tells us that goes really fast. And then after the service, the men of Columbine are offering a brunch for us. And we're asking you please to register for this so that they know how much food to prepare. And then that will be, there's a requested love offering of $10 for that. And we invite you to come and join us and extend the celebration a little bit longer. The other thing about Easter Sunday that's important is that we have more space than just here in the sanctuary, because we will have overflow seating in Foss Hall. So come one and come all in person and join us on Easter. We would love to see you. The next is a few save the dates. So there is a film that came to our attention called This Is Not Who We Are. And this is a film about discrimination toward people of color in Boulder, in the area. And so we're going to have a pasta feed beforehand. You can sign up for the dinner and the film, or one or the other, whatever you choose. And the information for that will be it's on the website and also in the digital bulletin. So you'll hear us say a lot about the digital bulletin. So if you don't know how to access that, again, catch me after the service. I'll be glad to help you with that. And then the following weekend is our annual meeting on May 1st. And again, there's food involved. So we will have our service, and then the youth and family ministry will provide a meal for us before our annual meeting. So again, please save the date for that. And we will also then welcome new members that day. So if you are a new member and you have not received an email from me, come and talk to me. We need to take care of that. The final save the date is for Scott's retirement party on May the 21st. And the information and details for all of these you can find in the digital bulletin. Also, many of them are referenced in the weekly update email. And then finally, we have a giant pile of mulch out on this side of the building. Linda Wilkinson, would you stand up real quick, Linda? Thank you. So Linda, as you can see, has 2 hands. That pile of mulch needs a whole lot of hands. So please speak with Linda after service today. This is a really fabulous way to volunteer and to get to know other people in our community if you're new or if you're just kind of coming back after our long hiatus. So please speak with Linda after the service about that. She is planning, weather permitting, to upgrade, the mulch in all the areas around the grounds on April the 9th, which is this coming Saturday from 10 to noon. So bring your hands, please, and let her know that you'll be there. So I think that's it then.
Awesome.
All right.
Great
Thank
job,
you.
Anne. Let's give Anne a hand.
And prayer chaplain. Okay, sorry. That's not all. Prayer chaplain.
Bad job, Anne.
Who is our prayer chaplain? Vicki today is our prayer chaplain. Prefer to meet people on this side of the sanctuary. So if you are looking for prayer or celebration, it doesn't just have to be when there's a need. It can also be for celebration. Please meet with Vicki over here right after the service.
Awesome.
Thank
and
you.
With that, we stand up and sing our peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Yes. Awesome.
So good to be with you all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jen.